Farid Al-Atrash belonged to the Al-Atrash family, a noble and prominent family from Jabal al-Arab in southern Syria, also known as Jabal al-Druze, due to its Druze inhabitants. Farid Al-Atrash was born in 1917 in the town of Al-Kraya in Jabal al-Druze. His early years were marked by hardship, as his family had to flee from Syria to Cairo to escape the French authorities, who sought to arrest them due to their nationalist resistance against the French colonial rule. In Cairo, Farid lived in a small room with his mother, Aliyah al-Munzir, his brother Fuad, and his sister Amal, who later became famous as the singer Asmahan. His education began at the French school Al-Kurnafish, where he was forced to change his surname to Kusa instead of Al-Atrash to avoid political trouble. This name change caused him distress, and his time at the school was cut short when a visitor praised his musical talents and spoke about his family's history, leading to his expulsion. He later joined the Patriarchal School for Greek Catholics. Farid's father, Emir Fahd Farhan Bek Ismail Al-Atrash, was a noble from Jabal al-Arab. He married 3 times. His first wife, Tarfa al-Atrash, gave birth to his son Talal in 1899. His second wife, Aliyah al-Munzir, whom he married in 1909, gave birth to 5 children, 3 sons, Anwar, Farid, and Fuad, and 2 daughters, Widad and Amal Asmahan. In 1921, he married Maisara al-Atrash and had 4 more children, Munir, Munira Karjia, and Aitidal. He passed away in 1944 and was buried in Sueda, Syria. Farid's mother, Princess Aliyah al-Munzir, was a talented singer with a beautiful voice, excelling in traditional Levantine styles such as Ataba and Mijana. She was influenced by the Lebanese Ataba singer Youssef Taj, whose singing style was later adopted by the famous singer Saba. Aliyah passed away in 1968 and was buried in Shweifat, Lebanon, where the family owned a house in addition to their large home in Al-Kraya. Sueda. Farid's passion for music was evident from an early age. Despite financial hardships, his mother ensured he continued his education. However, when money ran out and news from his father ceased, she started singing in a club called Raud al-Farah to support the family. Farid and his brother Fuad agreed to this only on the condition that they accompany her everywhere. Zaki Pasha, a well-known figure in Cairo, recognized Farid's musical talent and recommended that he join the Institute of Music. There, Farid's skill with the oud, lute, was quickly noticed, and he was accepted into the institute, which he considered a defining moment in his life. To support himself and his family, he worked in fabric sales and distributed advertisements while pursuing his musical education. He initially sought opportunities to perform and was eventually invited by the musician Ibrahim Hamouda to join his band as an oud player. His first major performance came at a fundraising concert for the revolutionaries, where he performed a patriotic song and was met with great success. Encouraged by his peers, he sought further opportunities and convinced the famous entertainer Badia Masabni to allow him to sing solo at her nightclub. Though his financial situation remained precarious, this exposure helped him gain recognition. His career took a significant turn when he was hired by radio broadcaster Medhat Assem to play the oud once a week. Later, Medhat encouraged him to audition for the same committee that had previously rejected him. This time, Farid impressed them by performing the song Al-Layali and a traditional mawal, marking the beginning of his rise to fame. His first recorded song, Ya Ritni Tir, I Wish I Were a Bird, was composed by the Palestinian musician Yahya al-Lababidi. He soon became a regular performer on the radio, though his earnings remained modest at the start. Determined to elevate his performances, Farid assembled a top-tier musical ensemble, recruiting renowned musicians such as Ahmad al-Hefnawi and Yaqub Tatyus. He integrated Western instruments into his band, blending Eastern and Western musical elements. His second song, Ya Habibi, Min Ghair Amal, further cemented his popularity despite initial financial losses. Farid developed a deep love for horse racing and gambling, which became one of his personal struggles. On the day he won a horse race bet, he received the tragic news of his sister Asmahan's death in a car accident. This loss left a lasting scar on his heart, and he turned to gambling as an emotional escape. However, he later managed to overcome his addiction. Farid suffered from several health issues throughout his life. He had his first heart attack, which forced him into isolation, where he found solace in conversations with friends and reading magazines. Despite his doctor's warnings, he continued to work tirelessly. On December 26, 1974, the artist Farid Al-Atrash passed away in Beirut after leaving behind a lasting artistic legacy